What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the second video in my wedding series. If you missed the first one, I will link it in the description box, but this video is going to be all about the first steps in wedding planning, basically the first things that I did right after getting engaged, and it's been so exciting and so fun. So let's just jump into it. If you are new here, then please hit that subscribe button and join if you love wedding planning content, because we are just getting started. So be sure to join the family, hit that subscribe button, and let's do it. Okay, the very first thing I recommend, which might sound obvious, is to just sit down with your partner, no distractions, and dream about your wedding. Make it fun. You can go to a coffee shop, you can snuggle up on the couch with a glass of wine, make it a little date, and just dream about what you envision for your wedding. Anything from the big stuff, the aesthetic, the vibe, to like a very specific detail. If you know you want a donut wall, jot it down, write down some notes, and just dream together about what you envision without any of the like opinions and stresses of other people or whatever. Just dream about it, you two. Get on the same page. There might need to be some compromises, but get on the same page with each other. Know that you're in it together. It's about you. And just like, it's nice to start off the process with like that established, like the communication established between you two. You're on the same page, and also just so fun and exciting to not overthink everything and just dream about it, and just really sets the tone. Okay, the second thing that I do think is really important to establish early on is a budget. And I don't know why that word is so icky to me, but it doesn't have to be. I realized that it's actually a positive thing. So when you set a budget, it makes looking at vendors and your options less stressful, because you know how much money you are going to spend, and it sets a guideline for your whole wedding. So, because if you don't set the budget early and you're looking at all this different stuff, it makes it more stressful, because you don't know like how much you want to spend, and it just gets crazy. So set your budget early and look at it as a positive, because then you know what your options are, and it's smooth sailing from there. Okay, the next thing that is super important to establish early on, I realized quickly, is guest count, because I wanted to look at venues and I don't know how many people I need to accommodate. So it's very important to figure out a rough estimate at least of who you are going to be inviting to the wedding. So what Mark and I did is we sat down and wrote out our guest list, and then for us, I had my parents write out a list and his parents write out a list, and then we kind of combined them all together, talked about it, and kind of came up with a rough total number from there. So that's what we personally did. It is very fun to, talk about who you want to invite and start that list. I know it can get stressful. I know it can be hard when the family needs to invite certain people. I know it's like, can be a sensitive topic, but just keep an open mind. Again, dialogue, have communication, and just do the best that you can, but try to establish that early on, so that way you can start, booking and planning your other stuff. Okay, the next thing, and what I'm currently in right now, is venue hunting. Some people, they know exactly where they want to get married. That is not the case for me. So I'm on the hunt for the venue, and some recommendations that I have about that. After, like I said, I've dreamed all the dreams of what I want my wedding to look like. I have my guest count, I have my budget. I also think it's important when I say dream, like do some vision boards. Of course, all the inspiration online, Pinterest, make a Pinterest board, save images on Instagram, like wherever you like to get inspiration. I've even had some really awesome magazines that I'm not really like a magazine girl, but my girlfriend got me some, and I'm like, there's actually some really good information in these mags and inspiration and stuff. So wherever you get inspiration, start creating vision boards for yourself. And then I think it's important, of course, to pick the venue, because what I realized too is you can't really book anything else. Everybody always asks, what's your date? What's your date? What's your date? You gotta know where you're getting married. You have to book that first. So the recommendations that I have are: 1, write down your venue deal breakers, must-haves. For example, for me, one of my deal breakers is I don't want my wedding to end at 10 p.m. There's some beautiful venues that I loved, but due to a city ordinance or whatever, the music has to be cut off at 10 p.m. For me, that's a deal breaker. I know my friends and family, my wedding doesn't need to go till 5 in the morning, but at least till midnight. I just don't want the music to just have to be stopped at 10 p.m. and we're kicking people out. So that's a deal breaker for me personally, but it's important to know what yours are. Deal breakers, must-haves, be clear on that. So when you start your search, you're like, nope, this has a deal breaker, or oh, this has our must-have list. Hi, cutie. Second thing is, if there's a specific season you want to get married in, it's important to find out if the venue has availability. If you're stuck on a certain season or a certain date, that's really important to figure out. And the third thing is location. Of course, you have a specific location, a specific city that you want to stay in, an hour outside of this area or whatever. It's important to know that as well. So yeah, booking a venue early if you can is so important, because it kind of sets the precedent for the rest of the planning process, because you can kind of work backwards. You know how much time you have to do everything else and book all your vendors accordingly. So if you can book it early, do it, but don't stress out. Enjoy the process. That's where I'm at right now. I'm going to be taking you guys on like some venue tours and just doing more vlog style stuff with Mark. So it'll be really, really fun. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you haven't, and say what's up in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.